Hey guys, I thought I would do something a little bit different today. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Netgear GS324TP 24 port gigabit Ethernet switch with PoE plus. This is a managed switch. I'm not going to go into too many details on what the difference between a managed switch and an unmanaged switch is, but needless to say, you can change a lot of stuff typically through a web interface in a managed switch. One thing I'd like to focus on here in particular is noise. If you do your research, you'll find there aren't too many ports, too many switches, in particular PoE switches, power over Ethernet switches, that are quiet. So this one from the factory, this GS324TP from Netgear, came with firmware 1.0.0.27. You can see that down here I've upgraded it to 1.0.0.30. One of the reasons why I did that was because I noticed in the Netgear release notes is that they claim to have reduced the fan noise in this version. So just to kind of tell you what I did is I installed the switch. I plugged in one of those security cameras that I'm always talking about, which is a PoE camera. It is powered over the Ethernet cable, and as soon as I did, I started hearing fan noising quite a bit. Now, after upgrading the firmware, the switch itself is actually still silent, and you can see the temperatures here. It hasn't made a peep in over 37 minutes. And what I do is I've been refreshing this periodically to look at the fan state here, the duty cycle. It's never gone above 0 here, 0 RPM, 0% duty cycle. So I'm going to keep on watching this for a little bit, see if this ever comes on, and I have, I think, maybe 4 or 5 PoE devices plugged in right now. The PoE use right now is fairly minimal. You can see here the number of watts that I'm using. In fact, I think it's in the basic tab here. So all my PoE devices combined are consuming 18 watts, so I'm not using a whole lot of power. I don't have a large PoE budget here. So for people that need a lot of ports but don't need a lot of PoE ports, this switch might be a good option. So let's keep an eye on it for a little bit and see what happens. Okay, so about an hour and a half has passed with all my PoE loads on this GS324TP from Netgear. You can see the uptime here, and oh wow, date and time is wrong. I gotta fix that. But anyway, I haven't heard the fans come on once yet. The temperatures have kind of stabilized. I haven't seen this go above 54 degrees Celsius, so at least for my particular use case here at 19 watts, I think that's what it was. Is it 19 watts? Oh, 18 watts, or 18.4 watts. The switch is silent. Not a peep out of it. Very nice. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to wait a little bit longer, and then what I'll do is I'll plug in all of my non-PoE loads, like the cable that goes to my computer and whatnot, and make sure that that doesn't have a negative effect on the sound level coming out of the switch. I don't think it will. I have green Ethernet turned on, so hopefully the additional heat produced by plugging in all the non-PoE loads should be fairly minimal. But we'll see shortly. Alright, so I got my non-PoE loads hooked up. I think I have about 7 ports free on the switch at this point. It's been up for 3 hours and 14 minutes and still got to correct the time. And you can see the temperatures here. I still have not heard the fans turn on. That's remarkable. So I'm very, very impressed with this switch. So if anybody needs a lot of ports, just a few PoE ports with some room to grow, I think this is a fantastic switch. You can see my PoE power is about 19 watts, 20 watts, rounded up. And fans are off. Again, you have to have this firmware. If you use the out-of-the-box firmware, the switch will likely be loud, and you won't be happy. But right now, I've swapped 2 switches out, replaced it with 1, and I'm very happy. My office is still silent. I have PoE to the devices that need it, and I have gigabit Ethernet to the devices that don't need it. So, hope you guys found this this video helpful. Again, if you need a good 24-port PoE plus powered switch, Netgear GS324TP, great switch. I love it. Anyway, hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe. Otherwise, or I guess regardless, please stay safe. Thanks, everybody. Take care.